Alright guys, as you can see, they have a new Brawl Stars video out on YouTube. They made it very clear this is not a roadmap video, so we'll see what it is, and hopefully they give us some good information.
Let's make this clear. This is not a roadmap video. However,
Like I said, not
we
a
will
roadmap
still
video.
talk about some of our upcoming plans, just a bit different than in previous years. Before we kick this off, a quick disclaimer. Everything
Why am I in 720p? What are we doing?
you are
There
about
we
to
go.
see is subject to change or might not happen at all. These are our current plans at the time we're recording this
Take
video,
this with a grain of salt,
and
that's what I'm
nothing
saying.
here is set in stone.
Prestige.
A few weeks ago, we released our latest update featuring changes to the trophy system, including Prestige. And the results look really promising. Playtime is up, and more of you are coming back to the game every day. There's also a lot going on at the moment in general.
I think the procedures are actually pretty good. They kind of gave the top players like something to actually grind for besides just rank, so I think it was good. Obviously, I'm not a
So
top
it's
player, so I
bit
can't really
hard
speak
to
for
read.
him, but
we will keep a
seemed
close
like a
eye
good
on the
change.
situation, and if something doesn't work, we will improve things until they do.
Cosmetics.
Cosmetics today have some problems. We went from cosmetic items being rare and somewhat exclusive to cosmetic items being everywhere. That ultimately makes skins and other cosmetics less exciting, and it feels less rewarding when you actually unlock skins from star drops or events. This
I guess it's probably because I don't have every skin in the game, but I still get kind of excited when I get a skin out of a star drop. But once I start getting like more skins, it's definitely going to be less exciting. But for now, I can't speak on this.
also
just say that.
devalues bling as a currency. When was the last time you were happy when you got bling for literally anything?
If I get 500 bling out of a legendary star drop, I don't think I want to say what I would do, but it would not be good.
What happens today is that our most engaged players are sitting on piles of bling, despite having options in the catalog. This ultimately also means that the catalog itself doesn't do its job anymore. There are other problems with cosmetics.
Yeah, I think I have like 36,000 bling. Obviously, there's a lot of skins I could buy with them, but I feel like I'm kind of waiting for a good skin to either come out or for me to use a brawler that I like using to find a skin that I want to use. So, all right, this is after the video. I forgot to mention this, but I think in Clash of Clans, they obviously have the... Let me look at the government name for it quick. So we have the Helper Hut is what it is called. So it costs, obviously, just, you can only do it every once in a while, but if they had a conversion from bling to just say either coins or power points, I think that could be very good for Brawl Stars. It could obviously break the game and could be a bad idea, but they could do some experiments with it. Because people in Clash of Clans, I remember playing in like 2012 or 2013, whatever that was, and people were like clickbaiting with a conversion. I might do that in this video, so sorry if I did that, but if they had like a coin, if they had a bling to coins or a bling to power points or something like that, I think that could be very good for the game too. Just getting rid of people's unnecessary bling. If you're maxed out, you don't need resources at all, so it kind of depends on if they add more stuff to the game, new brawlers. If you have like 300,000 coins, you don't really need that many coins and such like that. But like for me, if I had 30,000 bling and I could turn, I don't know what the conversion would be, but like just say 10,000 bling to like 5,000 coins, I'd do that 100%. It'd probably be less than that it might be like a 1-to-1 or something, but because yeah, right now elixir and gold is obviously like pretty equal, and you can get a bonus once you upgrade it, so it would be a little different. But if they did something like that into the game, that could be very good. But that's just a thought. This took like a decade to add to Clash of Clans, I think, so don't expect it anytime soon. But I think that's just a good potential idea for the game, but it could break the game. I don't know. Let me know down below if you think that'd be a good idea. I definitely could see there being issues with people having hundreds of thousands of bling that they're just not using, so we'll see what he says.
From skin rarities being confusing and unclear, which then affects pricing and value perception, to limitations of other cosmetics like pins. There are too many, sometimes meaningless pins, since you can only equip
There's
a
a lot of
small
pins.
selection of them. And the style of our pins didn't change since when we introduced them.
Yep.
So, can we make every single skin exciting and worth chasing? And can we make bling cool again? The answer
Getting every skin exciting, it's like the old saying, you can't please everybody. You can make some people happy with the skins you release, some people are not going to be happy, so it kind of depends.
is a strong maybe, but we'll try.
Ranked.
That's all you can
Another
do. All you
topic
can do is
we
try.
talk about every year is ranked. It's pretty much a tradition by now for our annual roadmap. Our goal with the 2025 rework was to make ranked more approachable, and it worked, especially for our more casual players. However, some
That was
of our
me.
most
I
engaged
actually
players,
like playing
the
ranked now.
veterans, the core, the hardcore players, who play primarily to compete, they maybe felt a little bit ignored and left out.
Oh, they want to say they can't touch grass anymore. I see.
This makes us question our approach, and we're currently reviewing this. And while it's still early days and we haven't made a final decision, instead of reworking the whole thing again, maybe, yes, maybe we should focus on improving the quality of life for
if they try and do a whole nother rework of ranked, it's probably just gonna go back to like top heavy again, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. But like I said, it's like the old saying: you can't please everybody. You can only try and please as many people as you can. So no matter what they do in Brawl Stars, it's gonna be one crowd's gonna be happy, one crowd's not gonna be happy. So I guess we'll see what he says.
Ranked. Let's make ranked more appealing for our most competitive players. We would like to involve you more into which direction we should take.
That's what I like to hear. Having the community be involved, and I guess top players being involved with people that actually play the game, that want to see the game do good, they more than likely are going to have better ideas. I think I said this in a Clash Royale video, like, if you listen to the people that play the game a lot, more times than not, they're going to have good ideas that can actually push the game forward and not backwards. So we'll see what he says.
Ranked. What are your biggest pain points? How can we involve you more on the day-to-day of operating ranked?
I like to hear that.
Everything is on the table. From letting our most engaged players decide the map pool to bringing back solo and team queues. But whatever we'll do, we will tailor these changes for the players who really enjoy ranked. Even if that means making it less engaging for new or casual players.
That last part's a little weird because they're kind of just saying they might go back to what it was before, which is fine. Because obviously the top players are going to be the people that play the game more. That are going to bring them in more revenue because they're playing the game more. But I think like a good option could be like other games have like map banning, so you could ban like specific maps, not just brawlers. Obviously that would take longer, but that would be for like if you get to like pro rank or super high masters, because those people, they're already taking 3 to 4 minutes to get into a game. If you add an extra 30 seconds, what is that to them? But obviously we'll see what the top players come up with for ideas, because if they actually listen to them, I think that could be a very good option. And for the lower players like me and a lot of other people like Diamond, Mythic, and even Legendary is not low, I guess, but comparative to like Pro and Master, we'll just see what will happen if they do and implement more changes that affect the top players.
Features versus events.
Another topic in the past has been the balance between
I love
permanent
Mega
improvements
Quest.
to the
Mega
game
Quests are good.
and temporary events. Events are a fantastic way to bring players back to the game, so they won't go anywhere. That's
I did see a huge influx, but whenever I was playing the like Valentine's Day bosses, a lot of people were hopping back on the game, because whenever you see a live stream of a Brawl Stars player playing and there's a boss that's like 8 times your size, they're going to be interested, and it's going to look weird, but it'll definitely get eyes on the game. So I like when they do those big boss events, and obviously they have other stuff they do as well.
true for both IP collaborations and our own events. We'd also like to bring back smaller collaborations, mainly
Yes.
featuring skins.
I was about to make like maybe a short or something. I don't think they've done like a collaboration like this. Like they obviously had the Subway Surfers one. A lot of these happened when I didn't play, which is kind of sad, but they had also other ones. These are really fun. Obviously, they can sometimes break the game if they differentiate like game modes. Like whenever you had power-ups for this one, if it didn't work in every game mode and it only worked in like 1 or 2 game modes, that would definitely be good. So people wouldn't be able to like play the game if they didn't want to have these like random power-ups. But these collaborations always bring eyes to the game, and they're very exciting. I was gonna compare it to Fortnite, because like obviously they're like the king of collaborations, and it gets to a certain point where it could be too much. But if it's just skins and just say like a 1 or 2 week event, a lot of collaborations will always be fun and get eyes on the game.
For example, last year we said that we wanted to find a better balance between both worlds. And today, we're happy to say that we have different teams constantly working on both.
More frequent updates.
I like to hear that.
This also brings me to a different topic. Releasing features that are polished and meet the quality bar we and you expect. If you read our look back at 2025, unfortunately, we didn't always meet those expectations. Our goal is to have great events pretty much every month. We also want to have great new or refreshed systems and features which make the game more exciting for you. We're currently working in the background to make both better. This will allow us to deliver updates more frequently, making sure the game feels fresh every month, but it would also allow us to ship features and changes only when we are confident about their quality, likely less frequently.
There's the boss event, but having new events is what keeps the game fresh, and I'm glad that they recognize that. Obviously, it's not like a groundbreaking discussion point, but it is good to see that they're actually like thinking about how to keep the game fresh, not just have it pretty stagnant. That'd be what could lead players away from the game, essentially.
And not with every update. We're not planning to ship more content than we have in the last few months, but we want to experiment with getting updates and content to you monthly at some point in the second half of this year.
Seasons.
One thing we've done in 2025, which we are really proud of, was the Battle for Katana Kingdom event. Not only because the event performed exceptionally well and kept you engaged throughout the whole season, but also because it was one of the first events where we told a continuous story.
I wasn't really playing during this season, so I can't really speak on this, but it looked cool. It looked like it was one of those where it gave you power-ups and stuff, so kept the game fresh, hopefully, and
in
That's
the
all I
Brawl
can
Stars
say.
universe. This narrative approach is something we want to experiment with more this year, and we are considering events stretching over multiple months.
Other.
What else is there? We'd really love to do more with
Stranger
upside.
Things, I forgot. That was another collaboration that I'm sure a lot of people brought eyes to the game because Stranger Things is one of, if not the most popular TV shows on the planet. So it's good collaboration.
And explore more fun and different game modes in general. We also want to keep you more on the loop of what we do. The Time to Explain podcast is a good example of that, and we will keep doing them throughout the year. We also want to include you more in the development process. Whether it's asking for title ideas on social media like we just did for the last update, to getting first reactions for new features and balance changes from our content creators and pro players, to more Superstar Make campaigns. Maybe even include one to co-create a brawler together. Our community
cool.
and our content creators were always one of the most important pillars of Brawl Stars.
I feel like they're learning after the, obviously the Jinxie thing with Clash Royale was kind of a big miss. And it seems like they're learning from that, which is good. I think one thing that they could do that they could take from Fortnite is doing like maybe icon, either emotes, skins would be kind of insane, or just like titles or something. Obviously they have like the pro teams, so it's already in the game kind of with the pro teams, but having like individual creators who are like giant pillars of the game getting like custom items in the game would be something I think they could do. And that could obviously bring a lot more eyes to the game if they have, just say, I don't even know who would be like the most popular, like probably either Wreckers or OJ is the one that I watch the most. If they got like a title that said their name, or if they got to like design a skin for like their favorite brawler or something, that'd be something that could be super good for the game and bring more eyes to the game. If you see a title of YouTube, I got my own skin in Brawl Stars or something, that'd be pretty cool.
And we really want
Obviously
to
that would just be a
double down
copy
on
from
the strength in
Fortnite, but
2026.
it works from Fortnite pretty well.
Part 2.
Remember that all our plans can and probably will change as the year
Yep,
goes by.
grain of salt
But
for
no
everything
matter the
they said in this
change,
video.
our goals are to make a great game for you that's fun and engaging and allows us to grow Brawl Stars even further. If you don't meet one of these two, we'll pivot and try again. That's what we've been doing for the last 7 years or so, and
Yep.
that's what we will keep doing. Thank you so much for playing Brawl Stars. We hope you keep
You're
having
welcome.
fun with the game in 2026 and for many years ahead. See you next time. Frank out.
Frank out. Yeah, that's the weird thing about game development is you could think a update is going to be the best update and it's just not received well by the community. That's why I think people getting feedback from like pros, creators, and people that just play the game is really good for pushing the game forward and making the necessary updates that they need to have happen. Because I don't really know how much the game developers just sit down and play the game. Obviously they're spending a lot of time trying to improve the game, but it kind of can be a little congested when you're thinking playing the game, trying to improve the game all at once. It could be kind of blinding in my opinion. But overall, I think this is a good video. Let's see what people think. The search bar for Brawl Stars. That would be a good idea. Obviously, I'm not very good at like knowing where the brawlers are, so it would be a good idea. The video, like that comment said, seemed very promising. If they're actually listening to the community and getting feedback from top players who play the game a lot, I think that could be very good. And really, if they just keep listening to the community, I think Brawl Stars could definitely continue their uprise and maybe get back to Prime Brawl Stars.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible!